share. I feel there's so many things to learn, and this is something that I just feel when I was single, why didn't somebody just tell me? It would have just made things a lot better. Honestly, a lot better. Things would have gone more smoother. But anyway, not to worry. I'm here for you. So I will share my experience to help you. If it helps, fantastic. If it doesn't, put it down to somebody else's experience and leave yours. But anyway, let's start. So, before I met my husband, I was in a relationship which lasted for 5 years. My best friend thought we were gonna, get married and all that, but it didn't work out. Fine. But at that time, I remember being lonely. I remember being sad. I remember feeling awkward. Just being there by myself, not having anyone to talk to in the evenings, all those things you do when you're, in a relationship and all that. And it took me a while to realize that in that loneliness, there was a need for me to find myself. So I needed to take time out. I remember going to, there was a day I was so sad and I cried, and I met up with my friend and we started singing like worship songs all evening. And I'm telling you, it was like a weight was just lifted off me, and I felt so much better. And I thought, you know what, I'm gonna find myself. So I needed time to rebalance that, this is me. Where's the Debbie before I was in a relationship? And where's the Debbie now? And who really am I? What do I stand for without anyone beside me? What's my definition? And I started spending time listening to music, gospel, choir, worship music, spending a lot of time in prayer, a lot of time reading books, a lot of time just being in silence and enjoying it, planning for it. And I'm telling you, it was fantastic. But before I got there, things had to change, okay? So, for instance, I was single, had a job, and I went to church. And those were the only things that I used to do. I would go from my house to church, from church to work, or the other way around, whichever way. It was like a triangle, church, home, work, church, home, work. And I thought to myself, I remember so distinctly thinking to myself, Debbie, look, this has to change. You have to do other things. I remember thinking, I like movies. I'm going to start watching movies. So I bought myself this. At that time, they used to have like a monthly pass. I know, so bad. I'd have a monthly pass and I'd plan the movies I was going to watch each week. And I would take myself to the cinema to go and watch a movie. With a friend or without a friend, I would still go. And I started learning how to enjoy my own company, and it was really good. I really, really enjoyed it. And I started having to tell myself it was fine to go somewhere by yourself, because the norm would be you must go with someone. But I started training myself to go, because I can't wait for somebody to be able to enjoy my life. It's God's gift that I'm alive till today, and it's His favor, and I'm so thankful and grateful, and I'm believing God for many years to come. But in the moment of where you are alive and you're well, you can't depend on other people to enjoy life. So I started off with movies, watching movies maybe once after work. Instead of going straight home, I might go and watch a movie first. And then I started reading books. I started looking for ways to, develop myself. What are the things missing? What are the things I like listening to or hearing? Let me go and start, finding out a bit more about it. Then I started traveling. When the money was coming in a bit more, I started traveling, and that was brilliant. I went traveling with friends. I went traveling by myself. I experienced both sides, and brilliant. There are times when it's good to go and travel by yourself, and there's times when it's nice to go with company. It was fantastic. And I remember in those times, I prayed more. My relationship grew so much stronger than it was before, because it wasn't about the ritual of, let's pray, Jesus, No, it was more of like having a relationship with the Holy Spirit. He was a part of my life. we would talk, we would share. I would hear him speak to me, I would speak back, I would laugh. It was good. I could hear myself think. I could hear myself think. I could plan. And that was really good for me because I found out I was a really good planner. I could plan from here to Timbuktu. And that was brilliant. So for you, I'm thinking, you know, so what do you like doing? What encourages you? What are you made of? You know, this is the time to find out. I remember my mom saying to me after a while that, Debbie, you're this age now, so I think you should start going out. I think you should start going to parties and you should start mixing with other people, travel to London because I live in Birmingham. You know, start doing things to meet people. And I said, no, mommy. I said, no. I said, the guy will meet me at my door. And I remember her looking at me thinking, oh my gosh, this woman, she's not going to give me grandchildren, I'm sure. But the truth is, he met me at my door. He met me at my door. So the next point that I want to raise is relationships. Even though I only went to work, to church and home, I had good relationships. I made friends with people at church. We went out after service sometimes, or during the week we would meet up. We'd go to each other's houses, we'd cook food, we'd go out, we even traveled together, we'd do different things together. But on one particular occasion, I met a visitor to the church, and I went up to her to say hello to her, and I found out that we came from the same place. I'm Nigerian, so she's Nigerian, came from the same place. And I said, hi, and we started a relationship there and then. And she was just so excited because she's like, oh, please come and show me where I could buy this type of stuff. And, or, show me around Birmingham. I'm coming from London, I don't know anywhere. And that was a new relationship that started. And, unbeknown to me, she was looking at me going, look at this fine, nice, single girl. No boy around. And she knew somebody that she thought, oh, this would be good for, I think this would fit. And her and her husband connived, and, they planned. And cutting the long story short, I met my husband through them. And when I think about it, it was, by the time I met him, I was stronger. I knew who I was. I knew what I wanted. So I knew who I was. I knew what I wanted. I knew what I didn't want, and I knew I wasn't there to waste time. Being in a relationship for 5 years, it didn't mean it didn't get me anywhere. So, what am I looking for? I knew there was no dilly-dallying, because I know sometimes in relationships you're like, I can't ask him what his intentions are. I don't know what we're doing, this, that, none of that. And I just want to encourage you that, in a relationship, you need to know yourself first. You need to learn how to spend time in your singleness, because man, when you get married, let me tell you the truth, that's it. When you have children, you hide in the toilet, they come and meet you in the toilet. Mothers, you know what I'm talking about, right? So enjoy your singleness. I want to encourage you, please enjoy your singleness. It's so good. It strengthens you. It causes you to find yourself. You're more, you know yourself better. And I'm so grateful for that time, because it was a time of growth for me. I grew spiritually. I grew mentally. I grew physically. And then I did so many things. I traveled. I went to watch movies by myself. I can say that I did. I'm sorry. I don't think that's sad. I also invested in myself. I had so much time and I had money that was just there. I wasn't really using it for anything. I decided to buy a flat, and I thank God that, till now I look at it and think, wow, I'm so glad that I made that investment when I did. It's come in handy so many times. I learned how to drive a car. There was time on my hands. That's another video. How many times I failed that test and had to redo it. But thank God I passed. That's another video. As I said, I just wish there was some kind of book or something, or someone who would have told me that, in times like this, when you're single, use it wisely. Enjoy it. I may have been able to do more things if I knew what was coming and not dwell so much time in being lonely and sad and feeling sorry for myself and, you know, thinking, hey, when will I meet another guy? No, you know, and I thank God that I even though I did do that, I didn't dwell on it. I didn't dwell on it. I didn't have time to dwell on it because I filled my time up with other things, you know, and I'm so grateful to God for that. So, to be honest, if you like what I've spoken about and you want to hear more, you know, please subscribe to the channel and also put down some comments, you know, talk to me. Let's talk about these things. You know, I'm happy to bring up other videos, you know, to encourage, to empower, to motivate, to inspire, to know out there that being alone does not mean that you're lonely, but it's a time to grow. It's a time to know yourself. It's a time to develop yourself. It's a time to invest in yourself, invest in your time, invest in so many other things. You know, I hope you enjoyed this. And God bless you. Thank you. Bye.